verse number 267. Jnate vastuni api valavati vasananadi resa karta bhoktapyaham iti drudha yasya samsara hetu pratyag drushtya atmani nivasata sapaneya prayatnad muktim prahu tadiyamunayah vasanatanavam yat aham mametiyo bhavah dehakshyadavanatmani abhyaso yam nirastavyo vidusha swatmanishtaya. So, I hope you really thought over these ideas we shared in the morning. It is so very important to see for yourself, because that is where comes the desperation, frustration of the average individual, as to, even after listening for a long time, familiar with the words, and also getting certain clarity at certain time, still it so happens that the person is overwhelmed by emotions of various kinds, habitual thoughts, reactions, emotions, and that time this understanding seems to be a lost dream. Though you understood it very clearly, you see it very clearly, and in your heart of heart you know there must not be any unconscious reaction, any unconscious behavior, yet there are times when habitual behavior, habitual reaction completely takes over. Why does it happen? That is the question. Why does it happen? To somebody it may happen very little. To some other person it can be too frequent. Rarely you can come across a person also to whom this reaction almost never exists. That is where comes the depends upon the adhikari, the type of mind that you enjoy. In the beginning of Vivekachudamani, in the very beginning classes, if you remember, there are like three types of mind: Tibra, Madhyama, Manda. Tibra is very sharp, well prepared, mature. Madhyama, mediocre. Manda, very unprepared, dull. In these three types of mind, every mind will grasp what it is, because it is about yourself. But depending upon the conditions prevailing on the mind, the person certain times may be forgetful. That is why consciously you must abiding in yourself. That is why the necessity of the contemplation, where you consciously abide in yourself. Before somebody is exposed to this knowledge, usually not many people are aware of what do they speak or what they do. Both action and speech, both are very habitual action, habitual speech. Understand? habitual action, habitual speech. Most of the time you can see. You remember your own childhood. You don't have to remember, don't have to look at somebody's life. Don't look at somebody's life. You think of your own childhood. When your own school days, college days, when you are talking, did you remember what you are talking? Were you conscious what you are talking? Definitely, I never did that. Let's be, you have to be very honest and see for yourself. Because until you are made to be conscious, you just talk whatever you feel like talking. That is why reactions are like animalistic. If somebody is angry, you retaliate. Somebody tells you something wrong, you retaliate. If one person says one word, you give two words. That is how we have been trained. That is how people are behaving in the world. So that is, because of that only, relationship is messed up, tremendous fight, misunderstanding, and then everybody has to come and settle the issue. And please observe, when you are trying to settle the issue, the person who has told so many nonsensical things in moment of anger will straight away say, I have not told. That's where he goes to lying. He goes into lying mode because he was angry. She was angry. She did abuse. He did abuse. But when you ask, the person will not admit. Even if 100 people say, but we have heard. No. Some people become compulsive liar. Compulsive liar. Because they don't want to face the fact. Please understand. And then they become stubborn about it. So stubborn, please appreciate, so stubborn that you have to later on adjust to their lies, but they will never speak the truth. Then people will say, okay, if he has said no, what to do? So that is where the person gains a sort of a vicarious strength, that as though his falsehood is giving him a strength. So some people become very stubborn, angry, so that nobody argues with them. And they become violent, vicious and violent. So nobody will argue with them. That is where what you call as the local dadas, gundas, the person like a mafia, criminal elements. What do you call a criminal? Nobody is born criminal. Anybody born criminal? With a gun in hand? Nobody. Nobody is a born criminal. Nobody. This is where the unconscious behavior builds up. Unconscious behavior builds up. What you speak, what you do, you are not aware. And doing it for such a long time, when you also enjoy certain power because of that, because of your brutal strength, because of your capacity to lie, because of your capacity to manipulate, you get certain power also. Maybe political power, maybe religious power, maybe financial power, some type of a social status when you get, then you become so ruthless, you don't want to change anymore because it has given you power and position. So such people become very, very dangerous. Of course, they are very miserable in their own lives. Empty, lonely, there is nobody around, no genuine people around. They are very, very lonely in life. But they will not admit that. They will never admit that. Okay, these are all extreme cases. Very extreme cases. But there are most people, those who get tired of this falsehood very quickly. They don't want to get angry. They don't want to get into a misunderstanding or messed up situation. Feel very frustrated. They want to resolve the problem. When they want to resolve the problem, that is the time the person wants to come to know about this creation, about his body, about himself, comes to the self-knowledge. When he comes to this self-knowledge, please appreciate, that time he is now told, as to who he is. What is his nature? When this teaching takes place, of course there is a huge relief. Understand? It's a huge relief. Abba, I was thinking I am miserable. I was thinking I am dying. I was thinking I am mortal. Oh, what a relief it is to know that I am the happiness, I am all that I am looking for, I am the absolute. Wonderful. But that is where also the problem comes up. Even though I am logically convinced I am the happiness, the habitual thoughts linger. That is where it comes, is like you have the wealth but you don't have the capacity to enjoy. You have the wealth at your disposal but you don't know how to enjoy it. You have got all the food at your disposal but you don't know how to eat it. That is where little frustration comes. If I am happiness, how come these thoughts come? That is where you have to appreciate. These thoughts, your entire fund of memories, are known as vasana. Okay, so please appreciate. The whole thing, the entire fund of memories are known as the vasana. I told you in the morning, vasana nama bhogajanya samskara. Impressions that you have picked up because of your experiences from your childhood until now. It may be the experience of a sound or a touch or a taste or a smell or sight, and also listen, ideas. Don't only think of the Sabda Sparsa Rupa Rasa Gandha, not that you listen to a music and you like to repeat it again and again. That creates the impression. You eat something, you like to repeat the taste and again and again. That also creates a sensation. I mean, a impression. But a wrong notion, which becomes a strong conditioning, a wrong notion. Suppose childhood onwards you have been told, there is no God but this God, and you shall believe in Him, and after death you shall go there. If this is the music that has been pushed into your head, what shall you believe in your life? That only after death I will be liberated or free. There is no scope of happiness here and now. By chance somebody says that, you cannot listen to it because naturally everybody listens to his own mind. Are you getting that? Why people do not listen to others? Because they are nearer to their mind than to other people's words. Right or wrong? You are nearer to your mind. Your thoughts speak to you more intimately than somebody's words. Long before somebody's word comes, already a guard is raised in your head. You understand? Not many people can listen. Carefully think. Not many people can listen. Because the moment somebody is speaking, already the counter argument is coming in his head. That is why at the end of the speech, the person doesn't get anything. Either he is resisting, it's all nonsense. So you are blocked, nothing will go. Or suppose you are picked up an idea and you say, no, what I have known, that is the right. So you don't listen anymore. You may be sitting down in a class for 1 hour, but you have not heard even a single sentence because nothing has penetrated. Nothing goes into you. Block. Listening itself is a huge art. To listen, are you getting that point? To listen is not a joke. Listening is not a joke. Listening, you have no choice. Your eyes, your ears have no cover. You can close your eyes and not see anything. But can you stop listening? You cannot listen. But that is a sensation from the ear is one thing. Taking into yourself what you are listening is quite another. That whether that sound that penetrates your ear and eardrum, but does it go into your brain? Does it go into your head? Very, very difficult, because there will be a huge wall sometimes. That is where comes conditioning. The same thing you have been listening to again and again, like religious conditioning. In religious conditioning is, a particular idea about a God, a particular idea about a belief, a particular idea that there is no happiness here. You have to wait until only after death. And these are certain things do's and these are the things don'ts. They can pass on heavy guilt to you. Completely. So when those type of ideas are there, impressions are there, and you have a strong personality about yourself. What all ideas you have picked up, that's what makes you a very strong personality. A believer, a non-believer, please understand, a believer, a non-believer. You are so much wedded to that personality that you don't want to go beyond it. That is why sometimes when you become a very sincere seeker, you fall in love with your seeking so much that the truth is avoided. You fall in love with your seeking so much. Oh, I am a very sincere seeker. That image is so wonderful. That's why you can see sometimes people talking, I am a seeker, a learner, a student throughout my life. I don't think it can ever stop, really. In the relative knowledge, yes, it can never stop. Please, it never stops, relative knowledge, because relative knowledge is endless. Nobody knows the last word in physics. Nobody knows the last word in chemistry, mathematics, history, geography. Can you know the last word in history? Just take simple example. Can you know the last word in history? Because every moment past is history. So every moment is new things are added to history. So what all you know is nothing. Later on, after you, whoever comes, he will know the more. So who can know? In relative world, nobody can know the last word. In absolute knowledge, you have to know. That is why you cannot be humble in religious language. I am a very humble person. I don't think I know it. I am continuously discovering. If you are continuously discovering, keep your trap shut and get out. Don't talk about the truth about one's own self. The truth about one's own self is absolute Vedanta, end of knowledge. Who I am, understand, who I am is not a continuously changing phenomenon. Who I am is an eternally changeless existence. And am I the only one that? Everybody is same thing. Not only me as a human being, but also the whole creation. Maya tatam idam sarvam jagat abhyakta murtina. By my unmanifest form, the whole universe is created. Jagrat swapna susuptisu sphutataram yat uzrumbhade yat chit yat, that reality which is all the trishu lokesu, in all the three fields of experiences, in and through everything. So I am not the only one consciousness. Everybody also is the same reality, and that is your last, final introduction to yourself. There is no question of improving the infinity. There is no growth in infinity. If there is growth, what infinity is that? Are you getting that? You cannot grow in infinity. In finite, you can grow. But infinity, you cannot grow. That is why your mind can constantly grow. That is where you can discover. So even though you are aware of yourself, in the beginning stages, that knowledge, certain times, you express it in a particular way. Sometimes very conscious, sometimes a thought may unconsciously overtake you. It can happen. Possibility is there. That is why it's not only this book. Every book says that, every Upanishad says that. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Hey Arjuna, yatato hapi kaunteya purushasya vipaschitah pramathini indriyani haranti prasabhammana. Hey Arjuna, yatatopi kaunteya. Hey kaunteya, yatatopi, yatna shilavan. Very striving, very sincere, very contemplative person. Vipaschita purushasya. The person is vipaschit. Very discriminative, alert, conscious. Sometimes pramathini indriyani manaha prashavam haranti. Sometimes the sense organ seems to create a churning effect on the mind and the mind throws you out. Pramathini indriyani prashabam balatkarana manaharanti. The sense organs are as though churning you. Before you know, you are already thinking you are the body. It's a habitual thing. You decide one day you shall not talk and see for yourself how many times inadvertently you have opened your mouth. Do that, you will know it. Only if you do it, you know it. If you don't do it, you will never know it. It's like my mother. My mother thought he has no eye trouble because she never reads. My father was always reading something, so he said, oh, I think I can't see it. He said, why you have a problem? I am also like that. Why I don't have any problem? I will be only laughing at it. Poor mommy. If you tell her, you don't read, she may like it, may not like it. So, okay. She doesn't read. So, she has no problem of eyesight. Only if you see, you shall have the problem of eyesight. Only if you try to keep mauna, quiet, then you will know how inadvertently you speak. Do the fasting, you will know how your mind drives you crazy for food. Deliberately tell yourself, I will not do something, and see how your body drives you crazy. It will drive you crazy. Looks like it will drive you crazy. In fact, more you appreciate, you recognize, you drive your body crazy. Body does not drive you crazy. Can you work on that statement? The car doesn't take you for a spin. You take the car for a spin. That is why for speeding, car is not given a ticket. Driver is given a ticket. So for your unregulated speech, unregulated behavior, anger, hatred, jealousy, who should be held responsible? Body? Sense organs? Thoughts? Or I? Individual. Appreciate. Please appreciate. So because of that unconscious behavior so far, suddenly, so even though you have appreciated, Bhagavan says, however smart you are, however conscious you are, sometimes haranti prashabam goes away. Why? Because of the past impressions. These impressions are there. And that the impressions are there is not a problem. Not only past impression, but also what we call forgetfulness. Understand? The pramada, in Sanskrit they call it pramada. Pramada means a mistake. It's a sort of a forgetfulness. Sometimes, somewhere, suddenly you forget. Like, you do forget many things. Think of it. Suppose you have just recently married. Okay? You are recently married. You are 30 years, you are a bachelor, you never married. You had your friends, circle and everything. Same thing, you are a girl or a boy, doesn't matter. For 30 years, you never married. Hanging around with friends, 10 to 5 office, come back out of office, go with your friends, 8, 9, 10, everything. Hey, shall you go for food today? Yes. Shall you go for movie today? Yes. You are done. Now you are married. Some 10, 15 days before, after your marriage, suddenly one friend says, office, shall you go to the food today? Oh yeah, let's go. Then after you reach 6 o'clock, when you suddenly leaving, hey, I did not tell my wife, What? I forgot. Why you forgot? Because you have lived a bachelor's life, carefree, pre-engagement life for such a long time, suddenly you forget that you are now yoked. You can't just go alone. There is a wife with you or a husband with you. You can't just make your program plan alone for yourself and then move. You cannot. You forget. Or you are now divorced. Now go to the shopping center and pick up 2. 20 years marriage, no? You pick up 2 bottles. Then you say, what is this? Okay, 1. Just take human example, please. You are living in a house for 30 years. And you have given up that flat and you built your new house, beautiful posh locality, even one place. And you leave from the office or market. your car goes towards your old flat. Why? Before you know, you have taken a exit, a wrong turn to your old house. Why? Habit. Did you decide? It's gone. The car has gone. How did the car go? Somewhere the thought must have come. Somewhere the eyes must have seen the exit. Somewhere the hands must have used the steering wheel. Did you know all that? Nothing. Reaching 2 kilometers towards that, then you remember, hey, where am I going? Ask yourself, how did it happen? You understand? Forgetful. Same way, you can be in a brahmachari, Swami, sitting down in an ashram. There is nothing else to do, but your past comes back. Before you should not be angry, you should not be hateful, you should give other people chance to, before you enjoy something, they must enjoy. Before you enjoy, sort of get something, let other person get it. It just doesn't matter. And if somebody says something, just stand by, tolerate, how does it matter? But certain times you go crazy. When you are conscious, listen carefully. That is why if you can be conscious at the level of your thought, you are very safe. If you are not, at least when you are going to speak, hey, what am I doing? You can cut it off. Or after you speak also, you tell, Arey, I'm sorry, I am not supposed, I should not have done this. Anywhere you can cut it. But if you are unconscious, you shall justify your wrong behavior. Having got angry, having, missed everything, then you shall say, what is wrong in that? How does it matter? So because I am saying I should not do it, whom are you justifying? Are you getting that point? Is more you justify your behavior, more weak you continue to be. But the moment you are conscious, hey, what is this? So it happens, okay? So do not be idealistic that once I know, always I am conscious. If it happens, happens. But face the habitual behavior. Why? Vasana, impressions. Nobody can escape it. Nobody can escape it. Somebody can be committing 10 mistakes, somebody 9 mistakes, somebody 1 mistake. But they do commit a mistake. And when you commit a mistake, think friends, do you need, how many holes you need in a pot for the water to go? 1 or 100? Whether it is 1 hole or 100 hole, water goes. I made only 1 mistake, enough. Are you getting that? I made only 1 mistake. Only one time I am angry, that's enough. That can be such a fatal mistake, you can be finished. You never did anything wrong, but you did one thing wrong, which can turn out to be fatal, completely destructive. Appreciate, please appreciate. So you have to be very, very conscious. That is why this is Jnate vastuni balavati vasana anadi resha. So this is beginningless. These vasanas, these impressions are there for with you. And what is that? The strongest one is karta bhokta iti. We saw it. That is karta bhokta. I am the doer, I am the enjoyer. This idea has been given to you. That is why think a religion. Just please appreciate why the secular studies do not give you relief. Because it completely strengthens your individuality. It gives you a solid identity. I am engineer, I am computer, I am chartered accountant, I am a journalist, I am PhD. Our generation, professional identity is so strong. Okay, because so strong that you don't want to get out of that identity. Imagine when such a person, because of the strong identity, listen, when such a person, because of the strong identity, goes through heavy problem in life, that time he goes to a religion. Now suppose that religion, instead of helping him to understand who he is, who is assuming the role of a physicist, engineering, mathematician, or rich or poor, he makes him a follower of a religion. Now you are the follower of XYZ. Now what happens? This is solving the problem or changing the problem? Are you getting that? It doesn't solve the problem. It changes the problem. Previously you are proud of your professional identity. Now you are proud of your religious identity. I am a meditator. I practice this. I practice that. You don't understand what happens now. Instead of helping him to understand himself, the secular tradition doesn't have that ingredient in it to help the person understand himself. In religious, most theologies and most religions do not have that ingredient to help the person to understand himself, because most religions talk about gods, not the person. That is why the person, this aham, I am the doer, aham karta bhukte iti, I am the doer, I am the engineer, I am the professional, I am rich, I am poor, such a strong role. Oh, I don't care for anybody, I don't want to listen to anybody. Why? Because, especially today, listen carefully, when you are so rich and so powerful, so many other people are listening to you, why do you need to listen to a God? You understand the delusion? The other day, one managing director of a company, he was telling, Swamiji, I don't know what to do. I said, you must pray. Why you must pray? Understand yourself, understand what God is, and continuously pray. Because in your position, there is a greater possibility of perpetuating, not only being deluded, but also perpetuating the delusion. Because when you come to your office, because you are the officer, you are the president, you are the managing director, you are the top boss. So when you are coming, everybody says, good morning sir, good morning, namaskar, how are you sir, good morning sir, president phoned you up, this one, sir, this is your paper, this is your telephone, this is your this. You are the God walking in. In that little temple of an office, you are the God walking in. Everybody tells you, good morning sir, good day sir. Suddenly what shall you feel? You are the boss. That is why you should pray, to remind yourself there is a boss over a boss. Hey, I am not the ultimate. You understand? I am not the boss. There is somebody. Even in this world itself, there can be income tax commissioner, finance minister, governor, president. Others are over you in a secular position. That is why people who occupy the secular position, usually some of them, their head turns. Their head turns because they are the boss. And boss can't do no wrong. Just think of it. This is where comes the falling in love with the position, image, posture, information, money, power, where a person falls in love with that. Even somebody can fall in love with his austerity. Can you believe that? Somebody can fall in love with his austerity. Somebody can fall in love with his renunciation. Somebody can fall in love with his simple lifestyle. I have nothing, only a kopina and a bag. Look at the other people, how they are living in style. That's good enough. Why are you worried about them? If you are worried about them, that means maybe you can't live that way. So you are unnecessarily jealous. I am happy to be with my kopina. Let the fellow have his fashion designer dress. How does it matter to me? But no, I am very critical of other people who are not dressed like me. It is so subtle. Understand, it is so subtle. You can completely destroy yourself. That is why, please, how many ways I can explain it to you? You think for yourself. Your reactions, habitual reactions, because you fall in love with the images of the past, experiences of the past. And who is this one? I, the I, not knowing himself. So if you want to deal with your vasana, we don't ask you to renounce, negate or dismiss, but understand yourself, the I. Are you getting that? Because vasanas are not meant to be renounced. They are meant to be used. Because without your impression, can you function in life? Just suppose it so happens. Just imagine. Suppose it so happens, for 1 minute, your entire memories are gone. What will you do? Can you get up? This evening, this morning, newspaper has come. In Bangalore, now more and more elderly people are losing their track of back home. They don't remember the way home. What does it mean? Is it a phenomenon confined to Bangalore? Around the world. Forgetfulness. The thoughts are not there. Where is your home? Blank. So, enlightened people, Vasana Akshaya, right? Do you understand what I'm talking? No, nonsense. Because people in the name of Vasana, they have frightened everybody. That all the Vasanas should go. Okay, so this man cannot remember anything. All Vasanas gone. Now where is he? Stuck on the road. Where? God knows. That there are thoughts, impressions. Be grateful to God. Be grateful to God that you have these thoughts. Because, as they say, if you forget your past, you may be condemned to repeat it. Suppose fire burns. If this impression goes away, you shall be again burning your finger. Why people don't commit the same mistake twice? Because the past memory comes back. I gave this fellow and now he has cheated me. Never again. Mullah is a separate fellow. He is a different person. You don't want to listen to the story. Okay. So, Mullah, you know what Mullah did? One day Mullah, his friend came and he said, Mullah, yes, can you give me some money? Mullah said, no, I don't have. Come on, don't be so, I really need it. Give me some money. Mullah said, all right. The fellow is asking so much. I never, the first time he has come, asked, all right, how much you need? 200 rupees. Okay, this is 200 rupees. And Mullah forgot. Gave the 200 rupees and decided, I know it will not come back. So just forget it, that I've given you 200. Because if only you remember, you will feel rotten that he has taken, never give back. Unnecessary. Given. So it's not given as a loan, it's given as charity. The best thing to do is that whenever I do that, I do that. It's a safe bet. By chance, either you don't give, or if you give, write off. Inside you is a write off, or else you will have a heart attack. Because it's very, very difficult. Because the person who asks and begs and takes is different. Person who has to return is totally different person. The person who is in return, he doesn't have that need. Now it is your need to beg him. Can you believe it? That is why if you want to get into trouble, lend money. Never lend. Just give it away or say, no, I don't have. Finished. Anyway, so Mullah gave it. And then, after 7 days, the fellow comes back and gives his money back. Mullah says, thank you. The next time he comes back, can I have 500 rupees? Mullah said, nothing doing. Last time you cheated me and this time I am not going to give you. He said, what? What do you mean I cheated you? I took 200 rupees from you, I gave it back. He said, yes. I expected you not to return, but you returned. So, how do I know? You might be building up my confidence and after 500 it may not come back. You getting that? So your past references, past thing comes back. So if you completely forget the vasana, forget, what is this vasana? Vasana is your thoughts, your impression. If you say, no, continuous repeating that, listening to, repeating that experience, that we call it vasana, even that also, very strong built up about a particular thought or a particular experience, even that also, by itself cannot push you until you succumb to it. Are you getting that point, please? Therefore, watch out. It is not, in this vasana, it doesn't have the thoughts have to be removed, but the person must understand himself. That is why now it says, Aham mametiyo bhavaha, verse 268, Aham mametiyo bhavaha, deha akshadau anatmani, ayam adhyasa nirastabhya. Vidusa by the learned one, ayam adhyasa nirastabhya. This superimposition must go. What is the superimposition? Aham mameti yo bhava. This bhavana, this idea that aham mama. What is that? Deha akshayadau anatmani. In this anatma, deha akshi adau, that is the body, sense organs, gross body, subtle body, sense organs of action, in all these, aham mametiyo bhava. I am the body, body is mine. I am the eyes, eyes are mine. I am the thoughts, thoughts are mine. This drives you crazy. Are you getting that? What drives you crazy? Are you getting that point, please? What drives you crazy? Not the thought. I am the thought. Not the body. Body, what is the problem of the body? Huh? What is the problem of the body? I am the body. See, look at that boy, our Shiva. Happy? Simply hanging around. What is his conflict? Have you seen his emotional conflict? Intellectual conflict, suddenly sitting down and... He has only one strong sense of smell. Sniffs out on the air, food goes. Something somewhere, he just moves. No conflict of any kind. Why? Individuality is not there. He is conscious, but the dog is not self-conscious. Human individual cannot escape the individuality. You become, that is your blessing, that is your curse. Blessing because you can enjoy. Curse because you can suffer. Can I fix it? Yes. Why? Because when you are self-conscious, you are the problem. You come to know about yourself, the I, who you are. So, deha akshadu, in the anatma, that bhavana, I am the body, body is mine, I am the sense organ is mine, I am rich, riches are mine, I am the thought, thought is mine. In this, that aham mamadi bhava. So, if you remove that bhavana, that idea that I am the body, no, body is there. But I am not the body. Who I am is absolute bodiless awareness. I have a body for certain time. I have a mind for certain time. I have the thought for certain time. I have the emotions of every kind. But I am not the prisoner of my thoughts, prisoner of my emotion, prisoner within the body. Are you getting that? So once you see that, which vasana can affect you? You have vasanas. You have vasana, or are you a prisoner of the vasana? Do you have a thought, or are you the prisoner of a thought? If you are a prisoner of a thought, you are finished. If you have thought, use it. So, which one you should remove now? Thoughts or yourself? Are you getting that? Recognize yourself. So, aham adi. So, that is why, but all the time when you listen to these things, vasana tyaga, coffee must be given up. You are criminal or coffee is criminal? Are you getting that? All the time you create a habit, then you blame the object. What do they do? You know, alcohol is very bad, you know. Alcohol is bad. Or you create a habit out of it. Suppose you don't drink alcohol, does the alcohol get into your mouth? forcibly. Night you saw the alcohol has come into your room and got into your system and is click, 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 playing inside your stomach. What happened? Playing now. This fellow must drink me every day. He was an idiot, never touched me, so I have now gone into his stomach. Drugs. Can the drug say, what can I do? I was snoring, suddenly got into my nose. No, it's not a joke. I am making it very simple for your sake. No habit, towards no habit, object contributes. Object is inert. Another person can push the drug does not push itself. That is, drug pushers are more dangerous than the drugs. But that is why for children, drug pushers are more dangerous than the drugs. For an adult, you are more powerful than the pusher. But when your mind is not very much thinking, the drug pusher's logic, the drug pusher's glamour, or for that matter anything, drug put it X, somebody can sell it to you, somebody can push it to you, and you are finished. So shall you blame the object for it or your weakness for it? So think for yourself. The betel nut. In Orissa, as I told you, Orissa, betel nut. Like in Kerala, snuff. Every fellow, snuff. Think of it. So many places. In Bihar, you go, they will have they put it, that khaini. They put it just between the tooth and the lip. They put it, they become hole here and become cancerous. Can you believe? All our boys from the tribal areas who work here, most of them have that habit. The khaini. Bas. How did they pick it up? Childhood, it was there. Baptized, born with a little thing. You create your habit. So which one you should give up? Learn about yourself. Or you go on giving discourses and announcing the wrong things of life. Wrong things? The time has come for you to recognize this. Do not, for God's sake, criminalize the world. World is beautiful. Understand? Creation is beautiful. Every object is innocent. It is up to you what to do. If the object is innocent, thought also is innocent. Suddenly you are also innocent. Oh, it's a picture of innocence. Consciousness everywhere. Having seen it, then you pretend to make it up and build it up and create a little excitement. Choice is yours. It's like playing a game. Creating an artificial field, creating a division, a football, a volleyball, a chess. It's all divisions, the people have created, no? What is that? And why are the artificial games are created? Why the two sides are created? To kill each other. The purpose is create the artificial division and play the game. The whole living is a game. That is why we call it Leela Kaivalya. It is the play of the divine. Leela. The whole creation is a Leela, a dance. It's really Leela has no translation. Leela na Leela. If you understand Leela, this language has got such an impact because it must come with you. If you don't have it, it's like, many Indian people use the bad word of English word. The bad word, curse word. Curse word they use. Do you know why freely they use? Most of the non-English speaking people, when they speak English, they use the English bad word. Do you know why? Because when they speak that bad word, they don't have any feeling. You speak the same word in your language, translate it and tell. It will be working in your head now. Try. In an English bad word, an English bad word, you translate in your mother tongue and speak it. Aversion comes, because I can't say that word. Why? You really feel it. When you talk a nonsense, when you say a bad word, you really feel it. But English bad word, you don't feel it because it's just another word. That is why people freely use it. But in your mother tongue, try to use it. Say it in Tamil. Say it in Oriya. Say it in Japanese. Whatever language you are, guys, you are. Telugu. Sindhi. Tell in that bad word. I don't want to speak. Why? Afrikaner. No. Why no? Understand? It comes up in the head. The picture comes up. Whereas in case other words, it doesn't mean anything at all in life. Please understand. Anyway, so we need all thoughts in life. So don't sacrifice the world. Criminalize the creation, objects, everything is beautiful, including your thoughts. But which one I should know? I myself. So anatmani, that bhavana, what is that? Aham mameti yo bhava. I am the body, body is mine, that one. Only that is to be given up. Body is not to be given up. Thoughts are not to be given up. Even a habit, listen carefully, even a habit is not to be given up. Can you beat it? Take this statement and work on it. A habit is not to be given up. As long as you don't repeat it. I had a habit. What's wrong? I had a habit. Previously I was really smoking or chewing or, all the time chewing gum. Some nonsense I was doing like a cow. My mouth will always continuously. Right? One day, you don't like jokes. Okay. So, this fellow, Sardar, what is his name? One Nambudri. He was going in the, traveling in the train. Somebody had given him a ticket on second class air condition, second class AC. First time he's going to second class AC. And Nambudri Kerala fellows, they always, just like Orissa, they have got pan. Some Kerala people also have that chewing habit. Then full chewing habit, they'll be talking also on that. With full pan in the mouth, the fellow will be talking. So, then somebody asked him, say, was he looking at it? Then he said, suddenly, what happens? He, after two spoons pan is there, that beetle juice, red one, he has to throw. He has to throw, no, you can't just go on swallowing it. So, he saw this second class AC. He did not see that it is a glass. He thought it is open. It's so clean, So, he did it. When he did it, some fellow gave him a boom. Because it's splashed, boom. But he didn't say anything because he said, he didn't say anything. Then again he was going to the boom. Then when he come back home, everybody, hey, how did you come to this place? Oh, I came in the train. And inside the train is so cold. Very cold. How was the travel? Very good. Travel is really nice. Outside is so hot. Inside is so cold. It's so nice. But there is only one mistake. The moment you spit, they give you a bump. So he thought with every spitting, it is a customary to get a hit. Understand? That there is a habit. You had a habit. So what? Do you do it again? Don't say, that is why people don't say, people become religious, they say, oh, I have turned a new leaf. Now everything has gone. Those people who talk, they keep it secretly in and they'll be secretly doing it again. There is no new leaf. Always your old leaf. Because your memories, experiences, Impressions will not go, and please don't try to throw them out. If they go by themselves, you don't have to worry. Are you getting that? Forgetting is not a job. You don't have to sit down to deal with your forgetfulness. No. Forgetting, it happens. And if it is there, you are not using it. If you are not using it, is it harmful? Is as well non-existent. Are you getting that? Suppose there is a person, but you don't accept his presence there. Is as well non-existent. Right or wrong? There is something in your room, but you never use it. It is as well non-existent. Why people disappear from a club? I went there, but nobody looked at me. Nobody invited me. Nobody asked me to sit down. Nobody gave me food. I could not have been, as well I would not have been there. So I ran away. Why? Because he was non-existent. Nobody bothered. So your thoughts. If you don't use your thoughts, they're as well non-existent. So why do you want to change your habit? Are you getting that point, please? Do you understand what I'm talking? Hugely responsible statements. Don't say, read into pervert way. Oh, so why should I change my habit? Am I asking you to do it again? No. Why should I change my habit means they may be there, but I am not using it again. Understand? And please appreciate, they will be there deep within you as a part of your memory fund. That's your life. Your entire life will be there with you. So don't try to be that new leaf. That's a waste of a thought. There is no new leaf. You are always the old leaf only. But certain things you are not using anymore. Previously you were using everything. Now you are not using anymore those things. But those things you know. And better you know. That is why you become a great person. Do you know why? You can identify with every idiot. Because you have done what they have done. You have seen what they have seen. You have done all they were doing. So, you are the member of the old club. You know it. So people cannot show you off, cannot show off in front of you because you know what you are doing. You understand? The power you get not by forgetting, but by remembering. And the power you get not by remembering, but by not using it. Suppose you remember and you do it, that's not power. That is helplessness. You remember, but you don't use it again. Wow. What power you got with you. Are you getting that? Who is powerful? Got a chance but never committed a theft. He is honest. Have you committed theft? Never. Why? Never got a chance. Like one fellow says, don't make me angry, Why? If I make you angry, what will happen? If you make me angry, if I get angry, I cannot do anything of anybody. Now what type of idea is that? If you don't get angry because you can't do anything for anybody, what is that anger means? Useless. No. I can get angry, I can harm, but I don't want to harm. I have everything, I can do anything, but I don't want to. Then you are powerful person. All your thoughts are there. Okay? So see that more and more be with yourself, which is, close your eyes. Jati niti kula gotra duragam nama rupa guna dosa varjitam desha kala vishayati vartiyate brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani. So be unto with yourself that Brahman I am, which has no jati, no caste, no family, no kula, no caste, no nothing. No name, no form, no quality of any kind, which desha-kala vishayatitya vartate, existing beyond time, space and objectivity, enhanced through everything. That indeed myself. Therefore let nama exist, let there be name and form. It has nothing to do with me. Let there be body or the thoughts, nothing touches me. That is myself.